and welcome back to the Sim Twins channel. I'm Brooke, and today we are doing a speed build. Before we get started, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications because we put out new content every day of the week, Monday through Friday, and we are so close to reaching our goal of 100 subs. But anyway, let's start with this video. So I decided to create a tiny container build. I really enjoy container builds, especially the ones that are turned into little tiny houses. I think they're really cute, and I've seen ones that are been turned into homes in real life, and I just think it's so cool that people are repurposing these containers and making them into livable homes. So I wanted to try and do that in the game. And I thought that the person who is living in this container home, they are single probably. It's fairly small, although I think it could comfortably house two people, but I really viewed this more as like a single, like bachelorette pad. The color scheme is very muted. And I really liked that it was kind of off kilter. The two containers weren't right on top of each other, but that they were stacked like this. It also allowed me to put a little patio up top, and I really enjoyed that. And here I decided that I wanted to kind of create this effect where I had like a sliding door kind of thing. I wish there were sliding doors in the game. That would be awesome. So what I did instead was I just like pulled out that wall just a little bit and added those large mirrors. So it kind of gives you that effect that that is a sliding door. I know that there is some CC out there that gives you sliding doors in the game. But this is a no CC build. So I had to make do with what I had, and I have seen a lot of other simmers also use that trick to kind of make that appearance of having a sliding glass door. But as you can see, there was a lot of issues with the stairs and the sizing of this place. It was very small, and I didn't really know what to do to really kind of jazz it up because it really was just like two rectangles on top of each other. And so I thought that I might like try and play around with like some of the terrain and make it more hilly, but I decided to scrap that. I just didn't think that it looked very good, and also I am not the greatest person at landscaping, as you could probably tell from other videos that I have done before. I'm not like the best landscaper, and so I really want to work on that in the future for my speed builds to really make the outside of the house as beautiful as the inside. But yeah, so I really wanted to make this house like very open and very bright because of how small it is. That's why I went with all of these huge windows, and I actually did end up closing that in. And so there's like there's not a sliding glass, there's a glass door that I add to this, but I was really upset that the medium height doors were all two squares instead of one. It was kind of annoying because I really wanted like a really nice tall door to go all the way up to the top, but it was fine. I made do with what I had in the game. And so here I am just like going into the interior. The downstairs is the living area and where the bathroom is, and then the upstairs is exclusively the bedroom. I wanted to keep everything very neutral in tone, so I went with white walls and very light floors because it is a small place. I did want to use lighter colors to help with making the room feel bigger than it is, but I did go with a lot of dark colors with everything else. As you can see, I used that island living sliding door, and I used it in the dark swatch. I just thought that it was really nice to have that dark wood. As you will see throughout this video, I do use a lot of blacks and a lot of whites. And I really like these windows from Fitness Stuff Pack, I'm pretty sure. I just loved the asymmetry of them, and they were just really fun to put in rather than just the plain, basic, like big, full-size ones. And so as you can see, this is actually a pretty big bathroom for the size home that we have. It's a 2x3, so I had enough room to add in a full tub, and it definitely is a very spacious bathroom, and I really like that. Even though this is a tiny home, I did want the bathroom to feel nice and spacious. I think that, you spend quite a bit of your time in the restroom, so it's important to feel like you're comfortable there. And I added the toilet paper roll, as you could see, and I also added a little place for towels and that kind of stuff. But even though I never forget to put toilet paper in my bathrooms, I always forget to put in a trash can, and I forgot to put in a trash can in this build. But I will add the trash can before I upload it to the gallery, so there will be a trash can in the one on our gallery page. Mind you, there will be a trash can in that one. But yeah, so I really liked that bowling stuff. And as you can see, I added some green off camera because I wanted to kind of seclude the bathroom off a little bit, but I ended up deleting that anyway. So I just cut out that footage because I thought it was kind of boring to see me make a decision and then not actually stick with it. But the kitchen is actually also pretty big, I think, for the size space that we have. It's just a nice galley kitchen, and I had enough room to add in a sink and a microwave, so you don't have to go and do any of your dishes in the bathroom, anything like that. I really try and make sure that all of my kitchens have sinks in them because I don't want the sim, even if they're living in a tiny home, to have to go to the bathroom. Even though Sims will go to the bathroom and wash dishes anyway, which is just annoying. But I really like to make sure that the kitchen area does have its own personal sink. And then here I just like brought in this person. This person was actually created by Timid Turtle. Timid Turtle created this in collaboration with us as our perfect partner. And so I just put him off the gallery so he could be my test sim. And I wanted to make sure that everything was usable in this place because that's very important with a tiny home. And I do not have tiny living, but if you do have tiny living, you can definitely like go in and edit this to make it a tiny lot. I'm pretty sure that this would probably be slightly bigger than the container, slightly bigger than the smallest tier. So it might be second tier, but it's still pretty small and you get definitely a lot of those benefits. And so what I was doing here, I realized that this lot is actually really big for the size that this house is, but I wanted to add a carport. So I just use this concrete flooring and I add in this little carport. And I really love the way that the carport actually turned out. I use some of these pillars, and then I use some dividers from the bowling stuff game pack, and I add those in, so it kind of adds like a really cool feature wall on the back, and it's very cool and illuminates the back where the car is parked. So I really thought that that was a very fun little thing to add in, and it gave it a little bit of character on the back end because I thought it is just two rectangles together, so it's kind of a boring build. So I wanted to add in as many fun features as I could think of, and so I really liked that. It reminded me of a very retro 1950s carport, and then I just like got that car from the toys and I sized it up so it looks like there is a car there. And then I also did a little bit of landscaping. Like I said, I'm still not great at landscaping. I need to get better. I need to force myself to learn how to get better at doing landscaping because honestly, I am just floored by the people that I watch who are so good at landscaping, and I want them to teach me. I want them to literally just like Skype with me and teach me how to be a better landscaper because I am awful at it, and I wish that I wish that I was better. I feel like sometimes I'm like really proud of like how my landscaping goes, and then other times I'm like, oh no. See, like that hedge is not even against the wall. Like it was so bad. But anyway, since this table did have enough room for 4 people, I used that end part to add in the laptop so that you can have the laptop there. And then what I do, because there is all of these windows, I still wanted to have a place for books and a place to watch TV. So I add in these little shelves, and I really like that they're kind of eccentric like that. They're off kilter and they're black, so I think it looks really nice on this as an accent wall. And then I add in the TV as well, so then your Sims can watch the TV. Your Sims can also use those books to read. I really like that they made those items usable as bookshelves. I think that was one of the best things that they did in the update. And then I also go in and add a little welcome mat, because every home, I think, is not complete without a welcome mat. And I just love the lattice work on that, the lattice pattern on that rug. And then I also add in some shelving and just a little bit of decorations to the kitchen area. And I used the silver dorada stuff in here, and also I used some pots and pans and hung those up on there as well. I realized that I didn't put a range hood in there, but I think it's fine without the range hood. Honestly, it's just for decorations. But I made sure, and I almost forgot this, but I made sure to put in a fire detector, a smoke detector. So if your Sims accidentally set the house on fire, then at least the smoke detector will go off. That's really important. But yeah, I just really thought that, this place has a very industrial feel to it, so it was really cool to have those hanging pots and pans there. And also, because this is a tiny home, you don't have a lot of space to put things. So in a tiny home, you would put things on the walls like that. You would try and make things multi-purpose. Not only do they look nice on the walls, but they're also serve a purpose in holding all of your cookware and that kind of stuff. And I realized that the TV was just kind of like floating, so I had to fix the TV. And then in the corner, I add in a little black ottoman, so then if you have a guest over, they can just sit in that corner and read, or sit in that corner while you're talking together. I just really liked that ottoman. I thought it was so sweet. It came with cats and dogs, and that black swatch just made it look very chic. And I just really liked it. And so then up here, because you do have this area, atop the first floor, I added in a little seating area so you can have friends over. And even though this is a tiny house, I do think you could be able to bring a lot of Sims over here and do some entertaining. There is room for that, and I added a grill up here as well. But the table downstairs, if you took away the laptop, put it in your Sims inventory, then you have the ability to sit up to 8 people at one time to eat a meal at this place. So I really liked that. And here in the bedroom was actually really big, because it's the exact same size as the first floor, but the only thing that is up here is the bedroom. And so I just really wanted to make this bedroom like very clean and very modern. And I added this plant on the side. I really like plants in bedrooms. I think they just make the room feel so much more warm and inviting if you have a plant. And then on the other side, I stick a light. And I was trying to figure out what lighting I wanted to do. I wanted it to be a floor lamp. I ended up going with a base game lamp because it just seemed like the most modern to me. And then I was playing around with what I wanted on the walls. Again, because this was a very stark white and black design, I wanted to kind of lighten up the place with the decor that I chose. And so I really liked that poster. I've never used that poster before, but I think it came with Get to Work. I really enjoyed it. And then I used this marble slab standing mirror, and I also used that standing dresser in the corner there where that little sliding glass door effect was. I really enjoyed that. And then I add an ottoman because I realized there was quite a bit of room in the bedroom to play with. So I just felt like an ottoman is a perfect thing to put at the end of your bed, so you can sit there, read, do your homework, do whatever you want really, and you don't have to like feel like you're sitting on your bed. And then I really liked this rug. This rug has so many different colorways, and I really liked this colorway for the color choices that I was going with. And then I was trying to figure out if I could add in some kind of thing, that a skill building item that wasn't just painting. I feel like all the time I put in paint and easel as my go-to skill building item, but for this one I decided maybe they're musicians, so I added in that guitar. And then I also went in and I found these racks. I think these are also just base game, but they look so nice because, again, tiny house, you don't have a lot of room to store your things. So I think that having open shelving like this and having your clothes hang down like that is actually a really cool space saver and really fun. And then I was just trying to play around with maybe I could add in some more decorations, but I decided that, I wanted to keep it really simple. And so thank you all for watching, and we're going to go into the screenshots now.